Okay, so we talked about the game, we talked about halftime. The one thing that we haven't talked about, a lot of the commercials.
Yeah.
Some were good, some were terrible. But which ones really made the mark, according to our next guest, and which ones were a total miss?
And I got a chance to catch up with Charisse Jones with USA Today to find out. Charisse, who was the big winner in the Super Bowl commercials, tell us right now, go.
It was Amazon's Alexa. She came out #1, and I think that it was very clever. It tapped into the cultural moment. A lot of us couldn't get dressed in the morning without asking Alexa how to do it. So when she loses her voice, we really panic. And it had this great celebrity cast, you know, all of these big stars, Cardi B, who's the it girl of the moment, Rebel Wilson, Anthony Hopkins. So it was just really funny, and it tapped into our obsession with technology, and it really worked, and people just loved it.
All right. And on the flip side of that, who was the biggest loser? I have my opinions, but I want to see what the meter said.
Yeah, Ad Meter said that Diet Coke was the big loser. It came in dead last, and I think people just didn't get it. I mean, you had this young woman, nice woman, but she was doing this really kind of weird dance, and it was very awkward, and people just didn't get the message. I mean, I think she was trying to say, you know, do what you want and don't worry about what people think, but what people thought of that commercial was that it really was bad, and it didn't work. And so Diet Coke is going to have to go back to the drawing board on that one.
Yeah, for sure. That one did not work. I think just most people out there are realizing that it doesn't matter if it's diet or regular. We're staying away from soft drinks. All right. How did this year's ads compare to last year's?
I think this year companies were really trying to emphasize social causes a lot more, but without getting too political. So you had Budweiser talking about their plant in Georgia that gets water out to victims of natural disasters. Hyundai spoke about its pediatric cancer charity, and you had a lot of other companies, Toyota, talking about diversity, but they didn't want to get into 84 lumber territory, right, which kind of evoked the border wall last year. So they wanted to take a stand on issues, but not get into anything that might be too controversial.
All right, and what are on the ad meter? I'm curious as to how it works, how it rates these things, but also, you know, based off of all that research, what's the winning recipe for a Super Bowl ad?
Yeah, so we have tens of thousands of people that start weighing in on Ad Meter, voting online the Wednesday before the big game, and they vote until 1 a.m. on Monday morning. And then we take all the results and we divide it by the number of people who voted. You come up with the highest average, and that's how you know who wins. And, you know, the formula usually involves animals because they're cute, they're not controversial, often celebrities because they bring the star power. They're often funny because we want to laugh. It's the Super Bowl. We want to have a good time. They may pack an emotional punch, and great music really helps. You know, a great R&B song or a classic rock song really works. This year you didn't have as many animals, but you did have a lot of celebrities and a lot of emotion and a lot of comedy, and that's the most popular commercials tended to have those ingredients.
All right, and for those out there who may have missed them, I know I missed a couple of them, even just watching the game. Where can everybody go to see all the ads today?
You can go to usatoday.com and click through all of them. You can't vote anymore, but you can still look at them and discuss them with your friends and family, decide what you like the best and which ones didn't do so well in your book.
And that was USA Today that brought you that Super Bowl ad wrap-up from the game.